and we are going to get right into this because I don't have that much time. Um, how is everyone? It is the new year. It is Capricorn season. All of this is like happening very fast, and so this live stream is going to also happen very fast. I don't even want to wish you, you know, all of the normal stuff. Like we've been good, and I just want that to be the main opening effect here. We've been good, and the title of this is when you part with the when you part with joy, you are also parting with pain. And I think that's why we're doing so good is because there's redefinition and this rebirth right into this new year of this is who I am now, and these are the things that make me happy. That used to do it for me, but that's not me anymore. I mean, it is Capricorn season, so that's the first thing that always comes to mind is that's not me anymore. That's the Capricorn creed, you know, is we can kind of get away with whatever because that's not me anymore. um, I just want to also say I've literally, and anybody who's tied to me quantumly, I've literally been crying tears of joy recently. These tears of joy have just come from life has taken on this sort of shape and creed that has kept me together, and now I'm like leaving this survival mode. It's still wild, and to even just say that it was all hunky dory on the way here would be an understatement and just a ball faced lie. Um, but the fact that I'm here in this space, I have so many projects that are just blossoming and flourishing, and momentum is very much underway, and I've met all the right people, and I'm going to all the right places at all the right times. Like, it's pure alchemy right now in my life, pure alchemy. And so I really feel that across the entire quantum divide that there's this pure alchemy happening, that there's this sort of unifying of life that has just come into the fray of everything else. And again, I can go into everything else, but I'm saying just from a very personal space, my life is quantified into a very flowing, open, pure place of not just joy but just being and abundance and having and just sitting with myself. And I really did have this moment where I just kind of just broke down, like, oh my god, I'm so happy. Like, I catch this smile coming across my face a lot lately, and I'm even starting to get like the muscle sensation. I'm such a Capricorn. I'm starting to get the muscle sensation back in my cheeks from smiling so much because it was a rough 2023. Not to say that it wasn't, it was, I wouldn't say rough. It was a year in due diligence. So I was very much just one project after the next project, and a lot of people rolled in that deep with me, and I think that's why it's kind of taken me so long to get back in front of the camera to put myself in that position where it's like, okay, I would like to now collect my thoughts and really just say, like, we did that. We did that due diligence. We grew as those people. And now that sort of metamorphosis moment we talk about, like, these wings are they're winging, like, they're doing it. We're doing it, and it's time to fully enjoy from here to the next. Whatever stage of life is happening, there's so much happening now that's going to set you up indefinitely. Um, it's an 8 year, it's the year of just reaping what you've sown. And so for those of us who were in due diligence, I don't want to just say me. There's accolades across the board, and I see it every day with everybody who I kind of keep in touch with and also energetically charge with, that you're also crying those tears of joy, those aha moments that led to this life that you're now fully like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, and not even to get into it personally, it's just, okay, this is what we're doing. So just to kind of roll right into it, I do want to, like I said, I'm doing a lot, so I just wanted to pop on right now because I have a minute. And instead of just relaxing, let's keep going. Let's keep it with it, okay? So the energies that are coming around us right now are the um, ending today. Again, so much is happening that it could have been paralyzing. So there was this energy of incapable of taking action. And definitely right here, I'm doing so much right now that it was like, how am I going to do all this? Well, it happens one step at a time. And if you are feeling that paralysis, it ends today. So just be with your progress that you've made, and give yourself those pat on the back. Like, it's all gonna also come together cohesively to the even the higher peak that you could have imagined for yourself. It's important right now to just sort of let that flow of the universe kind of whisk you, because right now we're being swept away with all this energy into this new life, into this new awareness, into new relationships, into new workspaces, into new, financial realms, and even in new healing realms, or having healed. And now you have access more to your body and your soul. You're healing your faith. So all this is now coming up and existing for us. So again, with all of this happening, it can end up in like shell shock. Like, is this all happening for me? Yes, yes, it's all happening for you. So, you know, proceed. um, I can't even read what I wrote down because I wrote it so fast. Being a good listener is also in the air right now. So I know that for myself, I always try to hold space and just be that good listener, and also be the voice of unbiased reason. Again, your Capricorn friend is always going to do that and always going to be that. So I mean, you can definitely take it with a grain of salt, but if you just need somebody, or somebody will come to you during this time, because it's not just me, it's everybody. So with this Capricorn energy in the air, prepare for people just to be like, this is what's happening and I don't know what to do. So really, instead of waiting to speak, you should be waiting to listen. So feeling very generous as well. It's a time of giving. It's a time I know we just passed Christmas, but the reason for the season is what? All year round. So you definitely can do more, give more. I myself have not just given, but I have also been given too, in such a huge amount of just overwhelming support all these past, I'd say, 6, 7 months. Just people pouring themselves into my vision and my dream, and just really just showing up to support me in ways that I couldn't have hoped for, but also it's enabled me to also be there to help and support others on their path, on their journey, and kind of putting everything together. So, other energy in the air is unexpected events. So, again, with all this happening and all this shell shock, now as we proceed, just be ready to, handle everything as it comes, because it will be coming. Again, take it in one by one, and you'll deal with it one by one, and soon you will be in the like pinnacle of, you have set yourself up. And as the Capricorn, we experience this energy first. So if that moment hasn't come for you yet, really look at your star chart. Really, sit down in prayer, sit down in meditation, and just ask, like, what can I do to catalyze it? How do I alchemize this energy for my favor? You know, mental prowess of ascension, which leads right into mental prowess for ascension. We have these internal gifts, especially if you're watching something like this. You have it within you to alchemize that energy. You've you've become the mentalist. What I believe is what will be. Manifestation 101. I love that back in 2013, this was such like a, hey, do you know about manifestation? Like, you were trying to, like, it was a drug deal or something, but it's like now in 2024, the entire paradigm has flipped, and now everybody is on board with Well, does this feel right? You know, what is this going to do for me and my feelings? Like, so really, it's like taking that and putting thought behind it. Now we are on that Saturn ocean, or that Piscean ocean on the boat of Saturn, letting our feelings direct us. So we should definitely be using our mental as well now to really hone in that focus and really just say, this is going to be this, and this is going to be that. It's a little like colonist dictator, but I'm Mexican American, and Spaniard blood runs through these veins as much as my indigenous side does. So it's there. Like I better use it with a grain of salt. Freedom through amusement is also in the air. So again, with all of this like pushing forward, make sure that you're taking time to just have a good time. Have a good time, because this is all change based on what? How we feel. So you should be feeling good. You should be, going to, you know, these like get-togethers or hanging out with friends until the wee hours. I mean, I've been doing it all. Like, I'm like in my late 30s, and I totally went joyriding. I got pulled over by the cops the other night. Was not speeding, but we were just sort of just meandering, and some stuff came up, and it was like, oh, I better take care of that. So, um, yeah. Anyways, freedom through amusement, expansive visionary. So again, this is all just, you have all of this beautiful coalescing energy. Again, we are here. Shake off the, am I really here? Like, you are here. You wanted this. You wanted this next level life. You wanted this next level relationship. You wanted this next level income. You wanted this next level body. Like, you got it. So now what are you gonna do with that? That's where that comes in. When we begin to speak our truth, we open up that third eye, and through the third eye, through that ascension, we say, this is where I'm going. So really, like, put that behind every action that you're taking. Is this where I'm going that feels right? Again, your vision. Does it feel good to you? So I just want to also just put that into perspective, because it's important to also remember, when we envision things, we can also digress. This is not a time for digression. Like, again, I can't stop smiling. I'm crying tears of joy. There's so much collaboration across the board amongst my peer groups. Like, everybody that I know that I'm working with, we are all like leveling up, up, up. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Um, because why? Because it's this rebelistic attitude is also in the air. So we are fighting the old paradigm. We are fighting the old traditions. We are fighting, against the light. Just keep pushing so that your voice can be heard. And that rebelistic attitude that's going to be pervading through the week is going to ruffle some frills, but you are definitely, definitely having to stand your ground to say, no, this is what my vision is. And although I would love to collaborate, I don't want to collaborate by compromising my vision. Now, we can compromise actions, we can talk about game plans, but when you start, what I mean, pushing onto what I have planned for myself, that's a little too personal, and we need to reconstruct. So it's like really just those kind of feelings. Check in with yourself, check in with those around you. You also don't want to dominate. Getting back into that whole colonial aspect, it is a bad thing, but we are a capitalistic nation. Um, Rebel at heart is also, just remember, like, if it is our, like, whole generation is healing so much karma, or having healed so much karma already. I don't even want to say will heal. This generation has healed so much karmic debt because of that rebelistic attitude and those rebelistic actions that are taking the nuance of what it means to be dot dot dot. You go ahead and fill in the blank. And just saying no, like, this is who I am, and this is my life, and these are my people. Again, fill in the blank, dot, dot, dot. Being the intellectual is also important here. So it's all good to be up in these good feelings, but don't lose your logic. Don't lose the part of your mind that says, you know, the bills are due. I also must like make sure I have food. Not even just necessity. I need to be respected. I need to be loved. I need to be understood. Like also logistics. Like I need to be able to have gas in my car. Do I even have a car? Do I need bus money? So just like in this whole feeling good, don't let it, you know, become a toxic thing. You know, by staying grounded, we can kind of hold on to it, that good feeling. Professional change is one of our long term goals. So, over this next year, yeah, you're definitely going through it professionally. And what you're doing now is either going to be completely underturned to become something that you are more closely aligned to. If you're already vibing with what you do for a living, you're going to just take it to the next level. Again, the insanity of what's happening in my life right now, personally, is absolutely the professional change. Professional changes I didn't even see for myself like this time last year, this time last month. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I guess I have to be responsible for this too. I guess that's now a thing. But again, I'm approaching it not from a oh man, I can't believe this is happening to oh man, I can't believe this is happening. Again, perspective. You are the master. You are the mental master of your own vision. So I mean, there and right there. You know, we get to choose how we respond to these changes happening. And again, it's like this is a time of excitement. Like you should be giggling incessantly, like or however you express that emotion. Um, Progressively becoming more and more individualistic. So again, this can kind of go back to our personal brand. What are we, you know, embodying? You know, what is our mantra? Like, what is it that makes you kind of this niche amalgam among all of us? And I think that's more of a collective statement that yes, we are all the same, but it's good that we're also not all the same, which is a very generalized thing to say, I know, but it's 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 so wonderful that I have friends from all walks of life, and I let them be from all walks of life. Um, I will definitely wave my flag and speak my piece, but like at the end of the day, like I don't want to tread on the toes of people who have stuck their head out for me because of how I'm in a certain demographic or in a certain minority group. That's getting a little bit too political for my own taste. But again, it's taking all of this different stuff about me and just saying like, but this is me. I don't even think that's kind of doing it justice. But like I said, I don't really have a lot of time. This is gonna be so fast. Um, let's get into some planets here. Mercury and Capricorn, grounded conversation. And if this is anything to go on, I am sorry. Like this is not a good example of grounded conversation. I feel like I'm calling somebody up with like an emergency message at 3 a.m. But thank God it's only 8:28. The sun is currently in Capricorn, so you should be feeling the very goal orientedness of that goat, like just pushing the dirt underneath its hooves just to make it one more crevice of an inch up that hillside. Like if you look up goats on a mountain on Google, it will show you exactly the kind of energy that I'm talking about because we don't know how we got here, but we still have a long way to go. Venus is in Sagittarius, which is that comforting, very close fire. Sagittarius is very like, hey, did you know it's pillow talk? you know, yeah. So it's your house of relationships are going to be very close, not intimate per se, but um, beyond boundaries. So we're gonna really be cultivating rapport with all manner of people in our lives. I mean, even the bank teller may give you a tidbit about her personal life this week. Like, so just build the rapport and let those relationships become fluid, and then from becoming fluid, let them have their own existence as its own thing, because what we're going into next is going to require that camaraderie and that rapport to establish this new foundation that we're living from. Am I coming in clear? So again, really quick, let's go ahead and pull some cards, and I'm going to use my new deck, and I'm just going to pull one really quick here. Defiance. What better card to pull when we are talking about this rebel? We are the rebels, and I mean, I've been a total rebel lately. Which for I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't really do much of any of that. But I'm definitely living my rebel crop top era. So I love it. Hi Tracy. Let's see here. Defender. Fighter. Summon Dream. Oh no, not Defender. Defiance. Defiance resonates. Can you see her? Can you see her? She's gorgeous. Look at her. In spite of predestined path given, Defiance grips her sledgehammer with unwavering resolve. Her every swing beats the drum of rebellion, shattering the walls that sought to cage not just her, but the very destiny mandated by the stars. So she's like, there must have been some mistake. To rise from defeat is an act of defiance, a willful act to change the hand that fate has dealt. Defiance exemplifies the human spirit's undying resilience and the power to redefine whatever destiny is written in the stars. She reaches a hand toward the twinkling lights above, and she plucks one. So again, this energy that we have is the catalyst to move heaven and earth. You know, heaven, earth, and hell, like, you are definitely, like, pulling all energies together to get this new world in your hand. This destiny that you were told you can only do this, and you should only do that, and behave, and know your place, and, you know, work long, and work long nights, and you know, maybe one day, that's her saying, no, screw all that. It's mine to take. Defiance. I love it. And then we're going to pull from the other deck, which is my other favorite deck. This is the Black Tarot. Oh. Ooh, wow. Okay. Oh, how it hurts. So, again, like, this is saying don't let your feelings get the best of you. Remember, we talked about maintaining the logical ground. Now, this is deep emotional trauma. Okay, and this is going on. If defiance is happening in our hero's journey, this is happening within our fool's journey, which is absolutely trusting the universe, absolutely trusting that divine power, absolutely trusting in God, is saying, you're still hurting. But just like the title of this video is, when we can let go of the joy is when we can let go of the pain. And the two are both tied intrinsically. Whatever causes you great joy will cause you great pain. And that is the ego incarnate of and under the condition of attachment. So ask yourself, like, what am I attaching myself to? What am I giving my power to? And maybe it's time to reclaim it and be. I mean, if this is attachment and placing ourselves in the shadow of all of this hurt that's come before, this is, and what that should have made us, and how ugly and cruel we should be, this is your breakthrough. To say, I'm changing the story. We're switching movies. I'm switching lanes. You see that sledgehammer? It's made of pure gold. That's pure intention. And she's reaching for the highest star. She shouldn't be. She's been through that much. She shouldn't have the will to move on, but she does. And not only does she have the will to move on, she's carrying this cudgel in hand to break down those paradigms. This whole new awakening that's under her. And that life that she lived that's now behind her. So again, it's time for that healing to start doing the speaking, and that karmic debt being paid, and understanding that the debt's been paid. And if you need to affirm that out loud, I'm going to give you a minute. Say it with me. The debt's been paid. I can stop hurting now. I can take these daggers out and I can begin really healing and enjoying and living, because I know I deserve it. It's so hard sometimes, because it's like we do like to crucify ourselves. Oh, I went through this, and I went through that, and stupid Jessica back in 4th grade stole my pencil. But it's okay, because Miss Brown gave me a brand new, and it's like, let it go, girl. You were in 4th grade. Or I should let it go, Oh my gosh. Let it go. Not even just let it go. Shatter it. Absolutely shatter it. Like I said, this is a very stop and go kind of. I don't want to say manic episode, but this has been a manic episode of the Light Stream. I just felt like it's now time to really just push past, because I've been dealing with a lot of this too, and I think, like I say, these are just as much for me, just saying it out loud, and if it resonates, great. But I've been needing to hear it, that, yeah, I'm here. I'm doing this. This is all happening. And if you know me personally, you know what that means. But it's all happening. So it's like, I'm here for it. All right, you guys. We are 1 week into 1 week from Aquarius season. So I'm going to just enjoy the rest of my Capricorn vibes while we dance in the coldness of the sun right now, because it's very cold. Vegas is cold. If you're not in Vegas, then I guess you may not consider that too cold. But I am David Navarro. I do spiritual life coaching on the side, so if you would like something like this, like for yourself, definitely just send me a message. We can set up an appointment. We can do Zoom. We can do, any kind of video chat that you prefer. And yeah, I'll give you all that info in private message. All right. Other than that, you guys have a beautiful and glorious week, and remember to detach.